Just keep walking until I say stop. All right, so the 3 most hated upper body movements, the push-up, the dip, and the pull-up. A lot of people have a hard time doing them, and they don't know how to improve those exercises. Well, the answer is actually doing those exercises, but variations of those 3 movements that will help you improve the strength. Because again, whatever goal that you have in the gym, you should be able to manipulate your body weight. And when it comes to upper body, everyone, man, woman, other, should be able to do a dip, a pull-up, and a push-up. So join us for a little ride. I'm going to show you how to improve those 3 movements. So with a pull-up, a lot of people don't realize that you are actually using your back, not your biceps, for pull-up. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see is that people do not fully extend all the way up. Mechanically, you're the weakest at that point. So you need to make sure during your pull-up that you're getting a full extension and that you find variations that you're able to get a full extension instead of doing pull-ups like this. So the first variation that we have is a band-assisted pull-up. There are 2 ways of doing it. The first way is going to be with the feet in. And the feet in is easier because there is more pull on the band during the entire movement. And the user or the client is going to feel less of their body weight during that motion. Now with the knees in, it's tougher because number 1, there's less stretch on the band. Number 2, they feel more of their body weight and there's a greater deload. So with the knees, there's a large amount of assistance at the bottom, but at the top, they're basically feeling their entire body weight. So, okay, good. Full stretch down. Nice, good. Good. One more, and good. All right, always make sure that you tell them 1 foot back, okay, and then 1 foot out. I've had 3 clients in the last 15 years or so smack themselves in the face because they didn't listen to my instructions. So always guide them out. The next one, again, with the knees, same thing, pull down, both knees in. Okay. There you go, good. Full stretch coming down. 2, good. Let's get 5, 3, last 2. Good, yeah, last one. And good, okay. This one, pull down, and he's out. Again, a lot of people forget when you're pulling up, you should be thinking about pulling with the elbows and not the hands. When you pull with the hands, you engage more of your biceps. When you pull with the elbows, you engage more of your back and your lats. And also, when you pull with your hands, you extend up way too far. You end up doing a chin-up, which if you want to do a chin-up for your biceps, that's great. But a pull-up, if you pull with your elbows, you're going to stop when your scapula stops you. So go ahead and turn around, Sky. All right, so what you can do is you have the hands up here, and go ahead and pull down. So that's pulling with the hands. Keep going as far as you can. Okay, so that's where you stop when you pull with your hands. Come back up here, okay? Now go ahead and pull down again. Okay, right there is where her elbows allow her to pull. So again, elbows back, hands are going to be more of the arms. Okay, so if your client or if you have a hard time doing a band-assisted pull-up, which is hanging from the bar, another option is to set it up in a rack. For a lot of my heavier clients, this works better. Or again, if you're just new to doing a assisted pull-up, or especially if you're working out on your own, it's really hard to pull the band down and get into it by yourself. So this option is really good. Just like with the traditional band-assisted pull-up, you can either go feet or you can go the knees. So feet, same thing, 2 feet in here. Okay, good. Pull up. Good. Full stretch. 2. Good. Last 2. Let's say here. Oh, okay, so let's talk about grips. Different grips are going to hit different parts of the body. The most ergonomic grip is going to be the neutral grip. So anything in the gym, neutral grip is always going to be more ergonomic, specifically if you have someone that has wrist, elbow, or shoulder pain, always stick with a neutral grip. If you go overhand, okay, that's going to be a little bit more lats, but is also going to be a lot tougher than a neutral grip because you can't use as much bicep and arm. The underhand grip, okay, you're able to use the most bicep, so a lot of people, they're strong or they're stronger at an underhand versus an overhand. The downside of an underhand is that it's harder to feel it in your back, number one. And then number two, a lot of people, especially if you have muscle-bound people like me, you have a hard time fully supinating your wrists. So those are the benefits and the downsides of those 3 grips of pull-ups. Also remember, when you're doing pull-ups in the rack, you have a lot more options because you can, number one, change the strength of the band, right? Bigger, smaller band, but then also you can manage and change the level at which the band is at. So you have one more variable option than you do just doing a traditional banded pull-up from, let's say, hanging from a pull-up bar. So here, we got 2 knees in. Okay, sometimes you have to pull the band down. Okay, good, full stretch. Pull with the elbows, good. 2, 3, good. And then one sign that shows look for in terms of whether or not you have this set correctly. They should be able to get a full extension coming up. If they're having a hard time finishing the movement, then either the band is too weak or, again, the level of the band is not correct. So keep that in mind. They should be able to get a full extension on the way up. So another variation that you can work on your pull-up strength with, because again, one factor that you don't want to discount is if you can feel your own body weight, your pull-up strength, and even if that includes your biceps, your pull-up strength is going to go up a lot quicker if you can do an exercise that includes your own body weight. A negative pull-up is basically where you jump up, you hold the bar, and then from there, control yourself down slowly, and then you reset the repetition. So again, Sky is going to go ahead and do we'll say a negative pull-up. She's going to use a little bit of a jump, get to the point where her chin is over the bar, and then from there, lower herself down slowly. This is a lot of bicep work, but again, you're trying to work on the muscles that are primarily the weak points for a pull-up. And unfortunately, you have to go through your biceps to get to your back. So if this is a weak point during that chain of movement, you're not going to be able to specifically and efficiently work your back. So this does work your back, but it really does hammer your arms. A lot of clients, this is the only exercise we might do for the arms, especially for female clients who aren't looking to build huge biceps. A lot of times our bicep work is going to be a version of an underhand pull-up. So Sky, go ahead, jump up. Very good, good. Nice, 2 more. Okay. Good, excellent. Last one. Okay, nice and tight. Good job, there you go. Excellent, good job. Good. Okay, so another variation that you can do to work on your pull-up, if you can't necessarily pull yourself up from a dead hang, what you can do is deload some of the weight by starting on your feet. You want to make sure that you position yourself where you have a full stretch, because again, you don't want to reinforce the habit of starting here because you can't fully engage your back. A muscle has to be pretty much in a full stretch position to be able to fully contract it. So in this one, okay, you can see I'm right here, a full stretch, and then from there, from the feet, pull up. Again, pretty much have a full stretch from there. If you start to fatigue, you can use a little bit of your feet, a little bit of a pop. Each time, make sure you get a full stretch. Instruction, like over here. Yeah, like, oh, this is so interesting. Okay, next exercise we're gonna go through is the push-up. A lot of people don't do push-ups correctly. In gym class, they don't show you how to do them correctly. A lot of coaches, they don't show their athletes how to do them correctly. So proper push-up, okay? We're here, okay, all the way down, and then push up. Now, let's break a few things down. A lot of times, people don't go all the way down. What happens is, when you don't go all the way down to the floor, you're able to do a push-up with your hands much higher than you could if you went all the way down. So you see a lot of people, they'll kind of do one of these, okay? The way that I fix that with clients is that I will have them come all the way down to the floor. So I'm all the way down here, okay? Full stop, okay? And then from there, push up. Another thing that I have people do is that they come all the way down, have them remove their hands, okay? And then when they pull their hands back, they're forced to be in the most powerful and ergonomic position possible. And from there, this shows them where the proper form should be. What do you do with your hands, okay? Most people, they go flat hands, okay? With this flat hands, you're not engaging any of your fingers, so it's just stress on your wrists, okay? Hands and fingers need to be activated. So you notice my fingers are spread and I'm actually gripping the floor, okay? So then as I do a push-up, I'm activating more muscles, okay, in the arms, and I'm also taking strain off of the wrists, okay? Number two, as I push up, I'm thinking about taking a jar, okay? And I am closing the jar or opening the jar, whichever position. But basically hands here and then you're torquing the hands. And just think about jar. So as I push up, okay, I'm torquing the hands in, and that again activates more muscles. So as you push up, gripping the floor, and also, we'll say turning the jar in, okay? Now, if you have a hard time doing a full push-up, you can do them on the knees. So it's just the push-up here. Okay, and again, for a lot of clients, I'll have them come to the floor. Real important to have the feet up here, okay? So again, most clients have them come down here, hands out, pull them back in, and push up. Now, the feet have to be up, because if not, the feet are down, you end up getting one of these, and you'll get one of these weird push-ups. With the feet up, this kind of locks your glutes in place, so then you have to pretty much pivot properly and get a pretty good version of a, so this is the first time that I'm actually instructing Sky how to do push-up. So you're seeing this real time. So Sky, how we want to figure out the hand positioning. You have you come to the floor, pull the hands out, pull them in, and then push up. Yeah, and that's pretty much the ideal position. Go ahead and grab the floor more as you push up. Come on down, move the hands. Good, this, yeah, come back down. Hands out, yep, push them out. Pull them back in as tight as you can. That's even better, okay? Good, and those fingers should be grabbing the floor as you push up. There we go, that's a lot better. Okay, now go ahead and turn that jar. There you go, you can see that with the triceps. 3 more, good. Curl those feet up more towards you too. So feet up to your butt, good. Nice, one more time. Good, hands out, together, and push up, and relax. So right there, those few small adjustments made a big improvement. And again, a lot of people, they want to do a push-up from a bench, from a table. Those are fine, but you are not learning the push-up form the same way as doing them from the knees, especially when the feet are up towards your butt. That's as close as you can be to a regular push-up compared to the other variations I'm going to show you. Okay, so other than a push-up from the knees, one option that I really like to do is a push-up with band assistance here in the squat rack. So the band should be below the chest, just like with the pull-up. The rack offers a lot of options in terms of the strength of the band that you're using, but then also the height at which the band is at. So for here, Sky, we're gonna have you do about 5 reps. Okay, so again, band underneath the chest. Okay, first rep, go ahead and throw the hands out so we have good positioning. So there, hands out, together, and push up. Good, and from there you can just do regular ones. Yep, there we go, okay. Yep, a few regular ones, straight up. Good, 2 more. 1 more. And good, relax. Okay. One other thing that I like to reinforce with clients is that a push up, you're not actually just pushing straight up. So when you think about the path at which your arm should travel, you want to have a full scapular, so shoulder blade. You want the shoulder blade to come all the way in, which is here, okay, and then all the way out, which is not here. Okay, I actually need to go from here, and then I'm angling out, and that I have a full extension. So number 1, you're stronger. You have a stronger lockout, but then number 2, what you actually mentioned before, a lot of people, they feel shoulder pain when they do push-ups because they're just doing this. Okay, if you can go from here, and you can get a full extension out, you're able to bring the scapula through its full range of motion, and then reduce the amount of strain that's on the shoulder. So this time when you do the push-up, go ahead and come down normally like you had, which is perfect. But instead of pushing up, think about pushing yourself towards your feet. So down normally, and then push yourself back towards your feet. And that also keeps your butt up. A lot of people, they'll, not Sky, but a lot of people, you'll see their butt drop during the push-up, and this reinforces proper spinal alignment. So try another 5 here. So again, first rep, kind of get your hand positioning, okay? Now push back towards your feet. There we go, good. All right, another one. Perfect, 2. 3. Last 2, nice job with the 2 hands, 4, 1 more. And good, nice job. Good, feel a difference there?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. All right, good job. Okay, so another option that we have for kind of getting stronger at a push-up is that you can use some pads here. Okay. Now you won't get a full range of motion, but you can still really work on your tricep strength, which again, the triceps are going to be the limiting factor in a push-up. So here, okay, you're going to sink all the way down and then push up. So here, sink, and then push through. So depending on the individual, you're going to have a certain amount of pads. Obviously, as you get stronger, you can reduce the amount of pads, but something like this would be a good starting place for a lot of clients looking to improve their push-up form. So on this guy, make sure your chin goes over the pads. Okay, so same thing, we're gonna drop all the way down, get a hand check first, and then after the hand check's good, you can just do regular push-ups. So all the way down, good, yeah, there we go. Good, push towards the feet, good. All right, excellent, 2, looking good, 3, good, 3 more if you have it. Good, last 2, push towards the feet, good, 1 more, turn the jar. And perfect, good job. Good, awesome. Okay, so next we're gonna go over the dip. And again, a lot of people have trouble with dips. A lot of people do them incorrectly. A dip's also a high-risk exercise because a lot of people have issues with both their shoulders and their elbows when doing a dip. Now, depending if you are a male or a female, or depending on what part of the body you want to emphasize, there are two different forms for dips. Okay, if you want to focus on your chest, so again, a lot of guys, they want to work on the chest. You need to be leaned in more, okay, and then chin tucked in. If you want to be emphasizing the triceps, so a lot of my female clients, they're really not concerned about working the chest muscles. They're more concerned about building and developing the triceps. The form should be head up and then having your hands back here behind you. So the first variation of a dip that I'm going to show you to improve your dip form is, again, we're going to deload the bottom by deloading some of our body weight from the bottom of the movement. Now, with the push-up, dip, and pull-up, the beginning of the movement is the hardest. So if you can deload that portion, you're able to complete the repetition easier. So the first dip variation is going to be here. And we're going to, again, deload a lot of the weight from the bottom. So right here. And depending on the height that you need, you can make micro adjustments by being either on the toes or on the heels. So from here, okay, and then keep your legs straight, and then extend up, ease it down, reset, push up, and then reset. Another variation that you can use to work on your dip strength is going to be the band assisted dip. Again, you can either go feet or you can go knees. Feet's going to give you much more of a steady amount of assistance, where the knees is going to help you a lot at the bottom, but it's going to deload at the top, meaning it's going to require much of your own body weight to push it up. So first thing with the feet, again, just going to jump up here. Okay, 1 foot, stomp it down. Okay. All right. Push up, good. And then always lean into a little bit. Good, do about 10. So with the banded dip, you do have to lean forward. You'll see a lot of people kind of fishtail back and forth. So on this one, regardless of what muscle you're trying to work, if you see yourself flopping back and forth, the cue is to always lean into it, and that'll prevent yourself from swinging back and forth. So we can do also a version of the dip where the knees can come in instead of the feet. A lot tougher, so most of the time you're gonna have to use a stronger band to accomplish exercise. From there, go and get your handstands. Yep, both knees in. Okay. Come on down, good. Straight up, there you go. Excellent. Again, just like with the feet, if you see the client flopping back and forth, it's less common with the knees and the feet, but always cue them to lean into the movement, regardless of if you're trying to emphasize triceps or chest with the band. You do have to make that compromise in terms of your form. So always have them lean into the exercise if you see them swaying or flopping back and forth. 2 more. Last one. And relax. Good job. So thanks for joining in. Again, we went through the 3 exercises: push-ups, dips, and pull-ups. Different ways to improve your form doing those. Again, a lot of people can't do push-ups, dips, and pull-ups, but at least for me and my clients, out of any goals that you have, you should be able to utilize your body weight. And other than the squat, those are 3 movements you should be competent at. So tune in again, and we'll go through lower body movements.